things that you let come out of your mouth, even if it's joking or you just being funny. Like, I don't know about nobody else, but my words hold weight.
Mm.
I have way too many experiences where I've said something and my words, it literally came to pass. Like,
Mm.
my words hold weight. So I have to be careful in the things that I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it's joking, like, I still have to be careful. And believe you and me, I'm practicing. I don't have it down packed, but I do have to be careful in what I say. And people that feel like, oh, like nobody loves me. Listen, it's all about being content. I know people that's married that wish they were single.
Yeah.
I know people that are married. So for y'all that's thinking
Come
that
on now.
getting married is gonna be the solution or that's gonna fix your problem, no.
Yep.
Marriage, it exposes. It does not fix.
Yeah.
You coming together with
Yeah.
somebody, person is there to expose what is in you.
Mm-hmm. You know
Not
what's
fix,
yeah.
not to fix you. You know what I'm like? Only Jesus can fix you. Only Jesus can fix you, your heart as a person, another person. And it is completely selfish and unfair to put that kind of weight on somebody, to expect somebody to fix you, to expect somebody to fix your attitude, to expect somebody to put up with that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is all in the singleness. This is what you got to deal with in your singleness. So when you come together with somebody, you're not bringing a bunch of baggage. And that's what I was talking about, like being needy. Like, somebody fix me. When I
Yeah.
get married, then this, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna do this for my man. I'm gonna do that for my man. Like, no,
No.
because how you are before you say I do is exactly how you're going to be after you say I do. There's no magical sprinkle dust that comes out of the sky. You're just changed because you said I do. No, 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 no. That same baggage, that same attitude, that same smart mouth, that same nastiness.
Right.
And before saying I do, it's
Okay.
still
Oh.
here after I do.
Yep. I agree.
And
All
so
right.
you got to work on that stuff in the singleness. We all do. We all got our stuff that we gotta work on. But listen, just be content with being single. Work on you. That's the best thing you can do. Is just work on you. Work on your relationship with the Lord. Because I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
it's sweet. People think it's sweet getting married, but you sit down and you actually talk to people that's been married. They just like, man, sometimes I wish I was single.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get up and go. I mean, well, then again, I can't really do what I want to do because I still have authority that I submit to. Like, I'm still submitted to God, so I can't do exactly what I want to do. But if I want to take me a trip, I don't gotta go ask no man.
Yeah.
I don't gotta go ask no man. Oh, let me check with my. I don't gotta check with nobody but the Lord. And if He say yes, guess what? I'm out. But if I was married, it's like, dang, I gotta check with my husband. If my husband say no, guess what? I can't go. So I mean, it's just like there's perks to being single. Single
Yeah.
not boring and just like depressing. Like, oh my
All
god, like
right.
just I'm about to just stick my wet finger in a socket. Like, just take me tonight, Jesus. Like, it's not as bad as people make it seem. Like, being
Yeah.
single is fun. It's what you make it.
Yeah. As long as you don't create the well, mental health is a real thing.
Hmm.
Get to a point where isolation can creep in, anxiety can creep in, depression may even creep in. So I'm not going to say that that won't come around. We're human. So, but it's up to you to treat that and get help. But you also like it can be your therapy. It can also be prayer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then being around people who are in a church service. You know what I'm saying? Just go around there and you'll see how it'll make a huge difference in life. Um, and point about that, it's interesting. It just came to me just now. I was thinking about like a couple of weeks ago. I went over and spent over. Well, actually during spring break. Um, y'all all know this. I went over and spent some time with my grandparents, and it was a wonderful experience. And I was able to get around, with my kinfolk, and get hit with some gems. And I remember my grandfather, he likes to watch like the judge shows, like Judge Matt, Judge, and all sort of stuff. And then he'll sometimes watch Family Feud, or he'll watch, whatever good movies or whatever it is at the household. Well, we was watching this particular judge show. It's a woman, I forget her name.
Terrell, you still there?
Yeah.
I'm still.
Oh.
You
know, when it get dark and he get quiet.
Yup.
Oh, I'm driving. I'm driving, so if you hear, you better yell. Terrell, wake up! You better die.
But yeah, there was this couple, this white couple. They're married, and the husband was trying to fight for his marriage. The wife was like, no, because she was accusing him of infidelity. That he was not being around the house, and that he wasn't doing this. I mean, she had like documents about some things. She was, going about saying she had this map and blah, blah, blah. And she trapped him, and she did all sorts of stuff. And all the while, he kept being so in denial of everything. And you could, and at first you're thinking to yourself, this guy is a big, big liar. But as time went on, I kept thinking to myself, like, he's not lying. He's not lying. And as the time would go on, she got really emotional talking about her mom. She just lost her mom. Her mom passed away, and crying about it. And I'm not quite sure if she was really insecure about something, but she just was not convinced that he was telling the truth whatsoever. And that was more of an issue with herself than it was more so an issue with him, because he was trying to tell her, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not cheating on you. But he could not, for some reason, convince her anyhow. So they went ahead, and the conclusion was that they ended up going through the divorce. He didn't want to go through the divorce, but she wanted to, and there was pretty much no fighting it. So it was, yeah. But my point of bringing that up is, a lot of times it can just be when people get out of a dating situation or a marriage situation, or coming after of a divorce, they want to be to themselves because they're hurting for their own selves. It's not that you're also hurting them. You might just be hurting for yourself, really. So back to as point, she said, yeah, you may think marriage may make you feel more satisfied, up to be happy, joy. Like, you'll start experiencing all this other goodness, right? You're expecting that. But the problem is you set way too many high expectations. You didn't realize it's going to be low. Being low in the sense of, like, understanding, like, we go through our low points in life, bro. Like, we're not always happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be all, sentimental or something like that, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, we're not, like, we still have trauma. Something still is lingering there. Like, I remember watching this episode. And this is when you were with your ex-wife, right? I don't want to bring this into the context, but I'm just using this for example. Y'all talked about on one of your podcast episodes regarding an experience that she went through. I'm not going to go into the details about how it all went down, but more of the story was she acted out towards you about it. You know what I'm saying? No, he's I don't know what you talking about, bro.
I'm listening, bro, but I don't watch those.
Okay.
Just being real. So I don't. Yeah, it's been a while.
Sure. Going to get Beezy back in here. Beezy is back, but no, so basically what happened was she mentioned this experience where you were you was being playfully with her. You know what I mean? Just messing with her. And she was like, get off me. And she got upset with it.
Yeah, I remember that.
But people don't think about that happening in marriage. Like, marriage is designed to be perfect. It's designed to be this. It's designed to be that. No, it's not. Oh.
Well, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, Brody.
I've been on both sides. You know, I've been married, and now I'm pretty much single. I would say, first of all, there are pros and cons to both. There are beautiful things in marriage that, as a single man, I miss. You know what I mean? But then there are things in being single, um, that I love that I didn't get to have when I was married. And so, to anybody watching this that's single, I would encourage them to follow what Paul say, and to be content in whatever state that you find yourself in, man. You know, so that's one. And then number two, I would say, going back to that situation that you're talking about between me and my ex, I told somebody earlier today who wants to get married. I said I strongly suggest premarital counseling and individual counseling before you become one with anybody, because I think Ebony hit the nail on the head when she said marriage exposes you. And so, as true as that is, it exposes the other person to you as well, and you don't want to be exposed to something that you didn't sign up for. I get it. We supposed to be married, look it out, pray for the person if they got demons on them. But guess what? I don't want to find out that my wife is a murderer. We need to get that out of the way before we say I do. I don't want to be married to you, and I
Yeah.
found out that you kill people and you want to beat people up. You know what I'm saying? So like, I
Well,
strongly
why not though?
suggest perfect.
So,
Listen, all jokes aside, like I strongly suggest professional counseling, bro, because my ex dealt with some stuff that had nothing to do with me in
Yeah,
her
true.
past,
I get
and
it.
that's what caused her to react that way. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah.
yep.
My question. I like what you said. My question to you is, what do you like single?
Hold on. I gotta disconnect this speaker. Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm loving your glasses too, by the way, Eb.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
don't love mine.
Huh?
You didn't love my glasses.
That's why you took them off.
He
That's
like
because,
nobody
see,
comment.
Ebony got the glasses because she need them and they look nice. You was doing it because you was trying to be Hollywood and you wanted them to match your bracelet and your watch. It didn't work like that. It's a difference between actually using the glasses and trying to stunt. Like, you can't try to stunt on us.
Yeah,
This is not 50 Cent. I'll teach you how to stunt. My rib stay popping. No, we ain't doing that.
This is blue light, by the way, bro.
Huh?
They're blue light glasses.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they was glaring. I thought they was glaring off the computer screen. I thought that's what it was. I didn't know there was blue light glasses like that. I really thought that's what that was doing.
Yeah, it's blue light. I mean, I even take them on, almost like kind of like blinds my eyes a little bit. I'm like, dang, can I see?
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Rails, you here yet?
I can't see.
Man,
Rail,
yeah,
you
bro.
good?
I'm driving. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I'm saying you told me to hold on real quick, so I didn't
Yeah.
ask the question.
yeah, we've been
Yeah,
waiting
man, because
for
I'm
you.
driving through this. I'm driving through this underdeveloped city where the Bluetooth goes out, not the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth. So when I be driving through, the like my speaker goes in and out as far as me hearing y'all, and it's the most annoying thing in the world, bro. I'm trying to get through this little town, and you can't speed. They want you to go slow. So,
Oh,
bro, I'm annoyed. I'm
okay.
trying to get
Well,
through it.
do you want me to still ask you the question? Can you hear?
Yeah. Ask me the question. Hopefully, I can get it off.
All right. Oh, I mean, it could be for Eb too as well. But my question, um, what do you miss? Well, it can't be for Eb. Eb, was you married before? Ebony?
Well, technically, according to scripture,
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
according to scripture, that was, but not legally. No, I've never.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. So, all right. Well, the question is because Rail said it's some things that he had liked in being single that he don't miss in wet marriage or something like that or whatever. My question is, what is it that you missed as far as being single when you got married that you could not do it no more? Like, what was that?
Mm.
Man, I keep it real.
Here we go.
Because I had a real legitimate marriage, and when I say real, like we were really in love,
Yeah,
right? Like
facts.
so the thing that I miss is that oneness. It's almost like wholeness, but that oneness between a husband and a wife
Yeah.
is undescribable, man.
No,
Like
okay.
seriously, yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So my question is the opposite. Because you said there was
Uh huh.
something that you missed as far as being single. I'm saying the motive of your single mindset. What did you miss, like as far as
Mm-hmm.
being single in your marriage that you couldn't bring to your marriage that you missed? What did you miss?
Oh, well, I can't say miss. I would say now that I'm single, there are things that I don't miss in being married,
Oh, okay.
and just keeping it real. I don't miss like how can I word it without sounding mean? Uh,
You about to sound mean. I don't think you can word it no other way.
Just
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'ma just keep it real.
Yeah.
Now we were young, so I have mercy. But the culture of a lot of our sisters and that attitude and the snappiness and the over talking and arguments, I don't miss that at all. I don't miss that at all. I hated that. Like I hate this
Oh,
stuff.
you about to get
I
stoned
hate
in the comments. You about to get stoned in the
I'm
comments.
sorry, bro.
Yup.
Hey, and listen, and for anybody who knows my ex, I'm not saying like that's who she is as a person. I'm just saying like culturally, for
Yeah, the moment.
some reason, a lot of our sisters do that until the Holy Spirit convicts them or they grow up and mature. But until then, like that's a thing, and I hate it,
It is a
and I
thing.
don't miss
It
that.
is a thing.
Yep.
It is a thing. I think that's a thing in a single life and in a marriage, to be honest.
I
mm-hmm.
agree.
What I think, but it's
Yeah, man.
easier. It's just easier to control in the single life because you can leave the person. You can not talk to them no more. You know what I'm saying? Like arguing with somebody
Right.
and they come with that attitude at the house. Only thing you can do is go to the other spare room, or you could go to your car and drive, but you got to come back home. At the end of the day, you can avoid it, but you can't avoid it in ways to where people are cool. Because even when we say, even when we say, like, man, you should just leave. You should just leave. As soon as you start walking away, they're gonna be like, see, here you go. You always leaving. Always want to storm out. This time, if you leave, just take your stuff with you. You don't got to come
Uh,
back. You know, stuff like that. You know. So these I didn't heard all these lines.
bro.
So this is like these are situations. It's like it's something that's like almost unavoidable. It's like how can you avoid that? You can't avoid it being. The only way you can avoid it being single is when you just don't talk to them no more. Block them on social media. And people say that's childish, but
Yeah.
block them on Instagram, block them on Facebook, block their phone number or whatever. That's the only way you can stop it. But you can't block your wife. You can't block somebody that you sleep with on a daily
Yeah.
basis.
Now,
You can't block them.
Bro.
You can't block them. And that you know what? And you know that's why
exactly.
it's so pivotal. It's so pivotal. And I use it in boyfriend girlfriend relationships, but I also use it a lot in marriage as well. When I was married, that don't let your sun go down on your wrath. That's a real thing, bro.
Yep.
That's real. That's real. And there's a lot of people that will
Yeah.
just suck it up and take it into the next day, and they wake up with the same attitude. It's a
Mm-hmm.
whole another day. The sun then came back up, and you still
Yeah.
dwelling on what happened yesterday, and you wanted to squash it yesterday, but the person just didn't want to talk about it. Oh, well, I don't feel like talking about it. Now you got to talk about it on their time. You see
Yup.
what I'm saying? Like, bro, that right there, I don't like that. I'm like, yo, what you mean your time? Like, no, nobody wants to continue to talk about this on the 26th if it was talked about on the 25th. Because it can mess around, it'll mess around. We'd be on March 25th, and then the next thing it gets brought up, April 27th. I'm like, bro,
You
we
know what?
still talking about that?
Because you know what that reminds me of?
What?
When you be watching those TV sitcoms and it be like having like some drama in it, and like you done something so bad to that one person, and it lingers on them, and they start acting out for the last episodes until they get to that one episode where they finally come to a compromise.
Yeah,
All the time, so much drama.
it's an ongoing situation. And I get it. It's hard to try to squash a situation when you're upset at that point in time. I get it. I get that, John. I don't want to argue. I don't want to debate back and forth with a person if they just piss me off. I ain't trying to squash it all the way right there. You might get Josiah. So y'all don't know what that is. It's cussed out. But you might get Josiah. if you start arguing with me at the end of the day, like, bro, like, and you trying to force me to have a conversation with you, you're not gonna want to like. You're not gonna like what you want to what you're gonna hear right now. Because I'm about to give you everything I got because you pissing me off. You trying to force me into having this conversation with you, and I don't let me calm down first. You know what I'm saying? No, we shouldn't. You should do it. You know what I'm saying? The only way that I'm gonna let the sun go down on my wrath is if it's at 11:59 and you just pick the argument. I'm like, look, I'm going to sleep.
Why you mention my name, bro?
11:59.
Yeah, at 11:59, bro. Because if we argue at 11:59 and it's hard to 12 or whatever, that's the whole next day. We good. We made it. So I'll find some time in the afternoon to squash it or something. But that's one thing, man. It's arguments are, I mean, just like Ev said earlier, those back and forths, trying to be in a relationship with a person that's just like you, that's not going to work. Arguments back and forth or disagreements or debates is going to happen. There's a lot of people who don't like it. But if you don't like debating or don't like people going against what you like, then you might not want to be in a relationship. Because there's going to be a lot of people that's not going to like the way you hold your fork. Ain't nobody going to like the way you chew your food. Everybody don't like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody don't like the fact that you eat loud. Everybody don't like the fact that you snore. Everybody don't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't like all that stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have to chew with your mouth closed for sure.
Yeah, people. It's something that people don't like. You know what I'm saying? And you could be the most. You could be the most. Oh, you could be my. And that's what I'm saying. Like you pick somebody like one of Ev's favorites, somebody like a Michael B. Jordan or a Megan Good, we would say stuff like that. But if they have that type of trait that we just don't like, I'm not gonna overlook that just because of what you look like, bro. Like, yeah. Hey, I get you look good, but bro, find another way of eating. Chill, bro. You wild.
Find another way.
Yeah, for real. If I put that mug in a blender and make you drink it, like, chill out. You loud, bro. For real. But it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's not gonna like the way you live, but the way you are. But then there's a lot of people that you don't like. They're just the same way. You know what I'm saying? But if we playing tit for tat, you ain't never gonna be with nobody.
And I think that's a key factor. Just said as far as like
never.
I feel like no, that's a key. That's a real thing. Like, and I feel like that's where humility will come in at when you realize, like, okay, dang, I got flaws too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy. Like sometimes when people do stuff that aggravate us or that we don't like okay, like it bothers me. But then it's like, dang, like I do stuff that bother you too. You know what I'm saying? That's where that humility can come in at, because it's just like, I mean, if you're prideful and you're arrogant, cocky, your relationship would just run straight through the ground. Like Brian trying to figure it out. Now, I do believe that if you're at a place where you're just too hot, where you can have a conversation, like please don't try to press the issue. Like, let that person calm down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I want to talk about it right now. Well, now ain't the time. And I feel like when Terrell was saying, like, the women, just culturally, like, a lot of women just do not have wisdom. Like, at all. They don't have wisdom. They don't know, like, dang, he pretty hot right now. Let him calm down, then maybe we could revisit this conversation.
Guys do it too, though. Guys do it too.
Like poking your head and you gonna listen to what you know what I'm saying, just dumb. And that's why they find themselves, you know what I'm saying, they eyes dotted and being smacked across the room because they.
Hey, what'd you say you was gonna do to him, Josiah, if they was poking you in your head? See?
You know
abuse.
What? Like,
abuse.
I get that because women really push men to that point. Like I don't, Josiah.
Yeah.
I don't
abuse.
I don't condone men hitting women.
Oh Lord.
But as a woman, I feel like you should definitely not provoke a man. And there's a lot of women who think they're men. Baby, you ain't a man, boo. Like,
hey,
they really think like they're men and they provoke men and they wonder why, like, they being choke slammed and just punched on. You're literally like you you're poking him all in his head. Like you cussing at him, you screaming in his face, you're doing all of this stuff because you're in your feelings.
Yeah.
But that's the women today. Like women just do not have wisdom. It's a lot of women that just lack wisdom, like big time. They have zero wisdom.
Yeah. I
They
mean, the game.
they
The what?
arrogant, they cocky, they
Yeah.
untouchable.
Yeah.
It comes from a
You
place
know
of
what I'm saying?
authority.
Like ain't you're not gonna have no successful relationship, marriage, friendship, any type of
No.
relationship when pride is the leading factor of your heart.
There,
Like a prideful
there you
person, no,
Yeah.
go.
we
I
that, that's not gonna work.
also
Yeah.
a point add too is it could be also coming from a place of immaturity,
Mm-hmm.
not being shown any growth, not being shown how to mature, not being shown how to do something because of the way you are brought up, or you just don't listen.
But even with the way that they've been brought up,
Mm-hmm.
even with the way that they've been brought up, because a lot of these women have been brought up, I would say decently well, but TV has overtaken them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Oh,
look at their parents and be like, "Oh no, you were soft. You let the men do that. We're not letting them do that. You should
right.
have never let them do that." You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough, but it's a lot of guys that act like that too. I ain't gonna put it all on females. There's a
Yeah.
lot of guys that will push the issue or argue with a woman when a woman ain't trying to do, you know what I'm saying? She ain't trying to argue with it or trying to have a conversation. And he'll knock a door down, take the whole screen door off the hinges. Oh
Mm,
no, we're having this conversation right now. Then she start hitting low blows on the conversation, and now he's his feelings is hurt because now she's really telling him about himself, like really like, yo, you really not even what you really think you are, like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that she just hold in because she love him, but after the hinges came off the door, ain't no love no more. She's like, all right, well, I'm gonna tell you how I really feel for real.
I
mm.
got a question.
Huh?
Do you
What's
guys
up?
do you do you all think that love is enough to keep people married?
Nope, I don't think so. I tell people all the time, and they look at it from a standpoint from me. I mean, when I say it, they like, man, that sounds crazy as heck, but I think it's the truth. And I think if there's love involved or if it's love not involved, at the end of the day, marriage is a business,
Mm.
and
Mm.
you love your business. But you love your business just like Ebony loves her salon, Rail loves his salon, Josiah loves his YouTube channel, things like that. But if you don't put that work in, if you don't put that work in every single day to make that situation better, that salon's gonna crash. You're
Yeah.
not gonna be able to do that 24 hours barbershop. You're not gonna be able to do none of that. But at the same time, that same mindset of coming up with different strategies to make the barbershop better, to make the hair salon better, to make YouTube
Yeah.
channel better. It's a lot of people who won't even put that effort in their marriage. They just go with the flow and
Mm.
watch how the marriage just crash. But at the same time, your
Yeah.
business is booming. So if you use the same strategy you use to keep that money in your pocket for your business and put that in your marriage will be successful.
Yeah.
Long as you're working on that situation. I don't even really think that has to even be a love issue. It's just something that you want to work. If you really want it to work, you're willing to put the time in. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody can wake up in the morning and be like, yo, thank God for waking me up in the morning and allowing me to see another day. What can I do to make my what can I do to make my wife smile today? Blah 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 blah. But the first thing we thinking of is, what I gotta do when I get to work. What I gotta do. Da, 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 da. She gets up like, hey, what's going on, babe? I want to make you something for breakfast. Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm fine. I'll get something on my way. I'll get something on my way to work. All right, I'll talk to you later. And then you don't hear nothing from your husband or your wife till like 4 or 5 o'clock. But in the same time, that mindset, that person is like, they woke up. The other person woke up with the mindset like, what can I do to make my husband not have to stress as much? Or what do I have to do to make my wife not stretch as suffer as much because of all the stuff she's going through at work? I know
Yeah.
when she comes home, she's been on her feet all day. Should I rub her feet? Should I not rub her feet? Should I give him a back massage when he comes home because he's been working on? You're not even thinking like that. You're just like, oh, well, I'm working. When I get to the house, oh,
Yeah.
I'm tired. I hope she made me something to eat and all this extra stuff. So you're not thinking about pouring into the person that you're with, but you expect them to pour into the missing pieces that you got. It don't work like that.
I agree.
You can't fill somebody else's cup if your cup's not being filled either. And if both of you got empty cups, you're gonna look outside of your situation
Yeah.
to fill your cup. And that's not good.
That so to B's point, one of the main reasons why that aspect of what he's saying is also right is because you have to manage emotions. You have to manage emotions, and that overall department of being in marriage, there comes a time where everyone can interpret something different.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like my love could be, I had the love of God, I had the love with kindness, I had the love with this, I had the love with understanding, and her love could be, my love is something to do with me having to be honorable, me having to be properly met with dignity and respect for my own form of how I view love. And because we are clashing on that word love, a lot of times we may not see eye to eye on everything. We might try to come to a compromise, but it's going to be a while for it to come together where we can all make it work and make it feel better and better for us going out not feeling worse.
My thing is this. My thing is this.
That's how I'm interpreting so far.
Yeah, I get it. My thing is this. We as people make stuff so difficult when life could be so easy.
Yeah, we do.
You can ask the person that you're with the love language. You can read the book, The 5 Love Languages, or you can even ask the person. And literally, you might look stupid, but have a notepad. What do you love? What do you not? What do you like? What do you not like? What do you like to talk about? What do you don't like to talk about? What do you like to do? What do you don't like to do? And actually follow that to a T instead of trying to freestyle.
Yes.
You know exactly what your woman likes, but yet you still trying to. You know for a fact your woman doesn't like to go to Red Lobster, but yet you take her to Red Lobster for dinner. Who's paying attention? You not paying attention. So if she flips on you at Red Lobster because you're not paying attention. You're not listening.
Yeah.
You heard what she said, but you're not listening to what she said. You heard her, but you didn't listen.
Yep.
And these is basic situations. Anybody can ask anybody, yo, how can I make this barbershop better? Hey, well, all I need you to do is sweep the spot every time somebody's hair get cut and this, and this, whatever. This is extras. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what else Real wants me to do, but I know for a fact this is what he wants me to do, and he's cool and he's happy when I do this. So I'll continue to keep doing this until I find out other things. So until I find out other things, I'm gonna do exactly what he said he liked. We always try to pick and find other stuff. I'm like, no, chill, pick the stuff, find out what they like for real, and legitimately lock in on that. Lock in on that.
Here's a real question though with that, BZ, right? To your point, if love is not necessarily the answer, but can care, come in? Like, do we really care about it?
That's the whole situation. If you don't care, ain't no love involved. That's it.
Yeah.
If you don't care what that person feel like or feel what they feel or what they, if you don't care, you shouldn't even be talking to that person. So waste of time. You wasting your time and that person's time. That's when it turns into a lustful situation. I only got you around because you're cute.
Yep.
And it looks good with you being on my arm. But I can care less about you. So I'm holding on to you until the next cute person comes through that I can kick you to the curb.
There's a scripture that talks about basically, I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember what it's the word for it, but it basically talks about like exhausting yourselves and being able to honor other people, like y'all in competition to honor each other. And I think that is beautiful in a marriage or any relationship. Like,
it is. I'll try to outdo your person.
I am going to outdo you.
Yep.
In this, like, you're not going to beat me. Caring about you. You're not going to beat me. Loving on you. You're not going to be doing, like, we're in competition, and that's like, to me, that is the most beautiful. It's so selfless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's extremely selfless, and like I said, that can just be in any relationship. It don't even have to be marriage or a romantic relationship. Like, that's even just in friendships.
That's what I'm saying.
Your relationships in general, just like, dang, like, okay, how can I be a better friend?
Yep.
You know, just starting there, and you'll be surprised at what type of, if you are somebody that desires marriage, you'll be surprised what kind of husband or what kind of wife you'll be, just based upon how you treat your friends, how you treat your sisters and brothers, how you treat your family. You know what I'm saying? Because some people really, I think I was just telling Ro and Josiah that some people really think that, You know what I'm saying? Like they can just treat people like any old kind of way, but when it comes to their spouse, because they, you know what I'm saying? Oh well, because they putting it down in the bedroom, they just gonna treat them completely different, but treat everybody else like garbage. And it's
Man,
like your character is gonna be like that across the board with everybody.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that it's just like, man, just me as an individual person. You know what I'm saying? Like how can I be better as a friend, as a sister, as a brother, as a mother,
Yeah.
as
That's
you know, a wife, whatever the case may be. Like how can I be better for the people that I'm connected to? You know what I'm saying? And looking for ways.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I'm saying based off of what you're saying. I'm saying if you ask the person directly, like what, and you figure that out, when if they tell you certain specific answers, you got to lock in on those answers. It's sometimes the answers that we give, the person that asked us for the answer, they might not even like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I like if you make me such and such for breakfast or whatever. But you're with somebody who don't like cooking. They're like, I don't feel like doing that. So I'll find something else to do. And I'm like, well, you're not trying to make this person happy because they clearly told you directly what they like.
yeah.
And you just missed it on purpose because you put your feelings aside. You put your own feelings in it. It was like, I don't feel like doing that.
Hmm.
I read a quote in a book. He said, "What if marriage was less about what makes you happy?" No, he said, "What if marriage was less about happiness and more about holiness?"
Hmm.
And I was just like, that messed with me because I ponder on that question for days, weeks, even still to this day, and I'm just like, man, that's any relationship. Like we constantly looking to be happy, and it's just like no, like it's not about just my happiness or what just makes me happy, but it's just like okay, again, exhausting ourselves and one another, just like we in full blown competition. Like
Yeah.
not about to outdo me in love. You're not about to outdo me in,
Yeah.
you know, care. You're not about
Yeah.
to outdo me in respect. You
Right.
know, personally, I think men per se do not need uh let me not say need. Men are more so like honor, respect versus love.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like not to say like you just like men don't need you to love them, but
They
just
need the acknowledgement.
that honor and that respect
Yeah. And that
it,
acknowledgement.
it's
Yeah.
louder. Like when you honor and respect men, uh, it shows your love for them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Versus um dogging them out. You know what I'm saying? Just like women know how to say some stuff.
That's what I'm saying. They know
Women
how to pierce.
they know how
They
to say some stuff that can really tear a man down. I
yep.
mean, do damage.
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah, like do bad damage to a man's ego because it's just like men, you know, they got that pride, they got that again that you know y'all need that honor and that respect, but women they need that love. Like we're more emotional. You know what I'm saying? So it's I personally I don't think love is enough to keep two people married at all.
Yeah.
Um, all the time, you know, like I love them, I still love them, but I just can't do this no more. You
Yeah.
know?
And
So
that's that one opposite attract. That's why it's just a hard thing. It's just like they women, like you said, look for love and affection from somebody who don't even like giving hugs. They don't even like kissing each other before he leaves to go to work. Like that's a hard thing. And then a woman can easily get caught up in a situation because she has a male friend that calls every day and asks, checks on her and see how she's doing, and that's just her friend. But he's giving her the same. He's giving her more of the energy she's looking for than her actual husband. For her,
mhm.
it's an easy way to slide in.
Yeah.
I done heard that multiple times. Oh man, all you do is work, and then you in the studio. Not in this present situation, but earlier in this present situation, that's all I was heard. You was always in the studio. You was always working. You don't ever call to check on me or nothing. We go a whole full 2 days, and you don't say jack to me or whatever, whatever. And in my head, I'm like, but I know where you're at. I know what you're doing. You know what I'm doing, so I communicate it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I was learning at that time because at that time I wasn't speaking at all, and it almost killed the whole situation based off of me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get yelled at and was like, "Yo, who are you yelling at?" type deal, and but then actually become a listener, then a hearer to actually listen to what's going on because they're pouring out, they're crying and telling me like, "Bro, but you're treating me like boom, 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 and this, and this," and I'm like, "Wow." This whole time I didn't even look at it that way because I'm so busy trying to make sure the bills is paid, so busy making sure the music is still sounding good, so busy making sure that and
Yeah.
that's the part that when I asked Rail that question on how is it possible, how what do you miss as far as being single compared to being married? And I thought that would have been one of the answers because I know that would be if it was me, I would say something like that. Like I miss not having to answer to somebody. I miss not having to be like, oh man, I gotta check in type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was single, like when you're not single, I mean, when you're not single, it's like a requirement. It's like, yo, babe, I just want to let you know I'm at the store, about to be in the line, just letting you know or whatever that I said I was gonna be at home at 6, but I probably won't get there till like
Dang.
6:30. But I'm letting you know that I'll be there at 6:30. You know what I'm saying? But me not being in a relationship, I don't gotta call nobody to tell nobody I get home when I get home. But a lot of people in relationships still say I'll get home when I get home, and I'm like, bro, you kind of can't say that to a person that's actually waiting for you to get home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, she's waiting. She normally sees you at the house at 5 o'clock. It's 7:30. You haven't even called her to tell her, you know what I'm saying, that you was going to be running late. And you don't even really have a legitimate excuse on why you running late. You just didn't go to the crib. And then you get home at 7:30, and she's like, well, why didn't you call me and tell me? First thing you want to do is jump on the defense. Well, why didn't you call to find out where I was? I'm like, well, it wasn't her responsibility to call because she was already at home. You was the person that wasn't there yet at that time. You should have called and checked in. So then it goes to a tit for tat. Well, why didn't you call? No, but why didn't you call? And then it turns into a, you know what I'm saying, bad situation. When in all actuality, that was a communication ball drop. But being single, you don't have to do that. And that's one of the things that if I was a single person, I would say that out the gate. I miss not having an answer to nobody.
Yeah.
Don't worry about where the heck I'm at. I'll get home when I get home. I'll call you when I feel like it. If I don't answer the phone, I don't have to. You're not my man. You're not my girl. You're not nothing.
That's what I
So
told them. Like when Josiah asked me what was my advice toward to singles, I'm just like, listen, me right now as a single, I don't have to get like I mean, I'm still obviously submitted to God. So yes, I do ask God about certain things. But
Mm.
as far as having to ask him, like I don't have to ask no man to go out of town.
yeah, facts.
Hmm.
I don't have to.
Facts.
Hold on, whoa, hold on, whoa. Now that you hanging with us, you better check in with us.
Man,
Uh-oh.
We better know where you at, Ebony. Shoot.
Nah, hold up. You know, Eb did let us know about when her pastor passed. That goes a couple of days because after that, after when she was gone for them couple of days, I was feeling some type of way. I'm like, yo, this, you know, I wouldn't call it the
Yeah,
B word, but she definitely got the N word. Like, where's this at?
yeah,
Like, bro, her being gone like that, like, no, that ain't what's
facts,
up. That ain't the move. That ain't
don't
the
be
move.
like
You better let somebody know what's popping.
facts.
You want to be outside in the wilderness playing with some rocks? Okay, let us know you outside in the wilderness playing with some rocks. That's fine, but don't try to just cut your
Right,
phone off and just be on
and drop
airplane
your
mode.
location.
That's out the question. Sorry, we're not doing that.
But I mean, just like as far as permission, like I'm never gonna call y'all like, "Hey, y'all,
I
Right.
need permission. No, yeah, of course not.
can I go to Texas?"
Then I'm gonna look
Or
at you like, why is you asking me? Like, you got a whole child.
right?
You're grown,
No,
grown. What you
No,
asking me
you gotta
for?
ask. No, that's what I'm saying. You gotta ask me.
Oh, we gotta
You
ask
feel me?
oh,
Rail. That
Bro.
is his state.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
hey, Rel. Like, let me say this. You gotta be like, yo, Rel, do you mind if I go to church today? I'm like, okay, go ahead. You feel
oh
me? Like,
wow.
that's how that works.
no,
Uh,
I promise. Like I, when the minute you run me a check, I will definitely ask your permission.
it depends on how big the check is, though.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
talk about
No, stop.
don't just take any of your type of money, Eb. It gotta have some comments on that thing for
yeah.
me to make be like, all right, cool. You ain't about to just send me $5 in the cash app and think I'm about to just listen to what you said. What you supposed to do with this $5, bro? Come on, man. Gas $4.50. What you talking about? You trying to give me a gallon? Get out of here.
Hey,
What you talking about?
bro.
Get out of here. You can keep your 5. I'll send that back to you.
Yeah,
Half a
for
gallon.
sure.
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
but
For sure. That's crazy.
that, that's the thing about being single. Like, yeah, and that's why I told them, I'm like, there's some people that are married that wish that they were single, because
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple that got married young, very young, and because I mean high school sweetheart type of things, but because they did not have the opportunity to be single, they never really actually enjoyed being single or even knew what that was. Like, nobody really knows about what being single means in high school. You know what I mean?
No.
But because they did not have that, they didn't have the so many wild oats moments.
I was about to say that. You took the words out of my mouth.
They didn't have those moments. You know what I'm saying? Not that you should have those moments, but most people, you know what I'm saying, like
Hmm.
they do that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have those moments. So the later in their marriage, I mean, now granted they've been married since they were like 18, 19. So it's 10 years later,
Hmm.
and now marriage is boring. I wonder what it's like to be single. So now they started acting single
Yeah, I ain't with none of that.
because they didn't get that out of them. Like, it wasn't out of them yet because
Hmm.
they never lived it. So they lived it throughout their marriage, and of course now they're divorced. But it was just nonstop. It's like, dang, like this what I was missing out on all this time. I've been faithful to this one person. I've been missing out on all of this all this time. And
Ain't
just
that crazy though?
they just start running rampant. Like,
Ain't that crazy though? When you think about that, when you
Hmm.
think of being like, yo, I've been married this whole time, so I want to have the mindset of being single, and you just like in your head is just TV got you so jacked up to make you
it's
think
crazy,
that everything outside of marriage is that. You know what I'm
man.
saying? Oh man, that girl is beautiful. That girl is this, and this. Well, I didn't get a chance to talk about it in my 20s because I was so locked in with the person that you was in love with.
Yeah,
Now all of a sudden that disappeared because you see somebody with some Daisy Dukes on and a nice body type deal. Like all of a sudden you don't look at your wife as that.
yeah. Now I will say,
Hey,
That's
let me.
crazy.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Like, a lot of women when they get married, they let themselves go.
Say it again. I need you to say that again. Is there
Hmm.
a way that you can put? Is there a way that you can put that on megaphone? Is there a
Now,
way that you can bring her volume up?
now I'm not saying that that is a pass for a man to cheat. However, the same, you should keep up with whatever you was doing to get him. That should not stop just because it's like, well, he's stuck with me now. It's
Dang.
like you should always, as a woman, you
If
should
I could,
always be evolving and growing and looking for ways to keep
man,
your husband's attention. Like, if you think little Thotty Betty at the corner not looking, like,
dang,
she looking and she know what to wear, she know what to say,
dang,
she know how to dress, she know how to do all of these things, all the things that you should be doing for your husband. She know how to do, and she's gonna do, and she is.
dang.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get married, you don't just let yourself go just because it's like, well, I already. And the same with men. You know what I'm saying? You just don't let yourself go just because you got the person. It's like, no, like, as a woman, you should want to be sexy for your husband. As a man, you should want to look good. You should want to smell good for your wife. These are things you should want to do.
Mm.
But
Ebony,
a lot of
you
people,
about to get killed in the comments.
they don't. And I know I probably will comments, and it's okay because, and I'm just keeping it all the way 100.
He
Like,
fucked us
They
up.
no,
about to kill you in the comments.
just because you got married, that doesn't mean that you keep your hair in a ponytail. Like, it literally looks
Oh,
like
megaphone, please.
mice been chewing on your hair. Like, your hair is stringy as straw. You don't even care no more. Like, you keep bonnets on your head.
Oh, Ebony, come on,
Your
man.
come home, you got the rollers in your
Come
hand,
on, bro.
like,
Come on.
like
You
you ain't washed
cannot.
your butt, you
They're
ain't did
about to
nothing
kill you on
yet.
this comment section. She's preaching right now
I'm telling you, no,
from the book of Ebenezer, bro. Come on.
it's a real thing. Like, and I
She's
get,
in a bag. She is
I,
in a bag right now. This is
I'm saying,
different.
like,
Ebenezer.
it's a real thing, and I
It
get it.
is.
Like, well, and again, this is not just directed towards women. This is for men as well. You know,
Man.
it's just one of those things that it's just like you should want to be attractive. Like, I can't. I
God.
don't like try and clown people for trying to look good. Like, look your absolute best. Like, it's not about being vain or being conceited or none of that. Like, look your very best.
Mm.
Because guess what? Man, listen, a woman should have your husband at the place where he don't even want to leave the house.
Come, come on, Eb. Come on now.
Say it again.
Say
Like,
it, please. Like you're wild right
I'm
now.
like, man, this is tough. Like, I don't even like leaving my home. Some men, they be sitting outside in their car for the longest. Like, bro, I am not trying to go in this house because they
Because you
don't
know what's
have
coming.
to.
Because you know what's coming. I
Yeah,
get it. I get it.
they don't have nothing to look forward to. Like, she probably up in there with them same slippers on that she didn't got
Oh, basketball shorts, all that
basketball
crazy stuff,
shorts.
which is
Like,
cute to me, by the way. Let's make that clear. Basketball shorts is cute to me if you wear it right. I'll keep that real.
yeah,
Drake wasn't lying when he said sweatpants, hair tie, chilling with no makeup on.
yes.
That's real. That's a fact. That's a fact. But the bonnet thing and the curlers, you hot right now. You hot right now.
And it's a real thing. And I'm being completely honest, like, as a woman. And again, this is not no shade towards nobody. It's just
Yes, it
like,
is.
I get it. Like, as a woman, like, you gotta count the cost of being a wife. Like, that's something every
Think
woman,
about this though.
like, do I really want to be a wife? Because I mean, the things that you have to do, it makes no sense to want to be a wife, but then complain about what it is that you have to do.
Uh,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's
uh
crazy. You shouldn't. This is what it requires. If you don't want to do these things, don't get married.
If you notice some people out here like spot on. You're right. You're hitting the nail right on the head. These females that and see now they're gonna get me in the comments, but since we here, we might as well be here. They do stuff like that, and then when it's time of their girls like yo, we going out, you'll see them with little to nothing on, one of the craziest outfits you have ever seen.
Yeah.
She'll dress up to leave with her friends like that, but then the husband be sitting back. You ain't never dressed for me like that, but when you get the dress to leave with them,
Yeah.
who are all single
Yep.
because all your friends are single. And
I dealt with that.
every time y'all bicker, argue back and forth, you going run into the single people for advice. Like they got the answer.
Yeah.
They don't have nobody.
Mm-mm.
So how is they answering
Yeah.
anything you talking about? They don't have nobody.
Hmm.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Listen, don't go telling your business sister
Whew.
ever alone, because sister
And you got
forever
to break
alone
man. This got to
is
be a two
sister
part,
forever
Josiah.
reason. That's a real thing. Like, please, if you are married, do not. Now, I'm not talking about like there are some women who's like, if you like into ministry or whatever, there are women, there's counselors, there's therapists, there's things like that, that women are single. But you need to have discernment in who you share your business with, your relationship stuff with.
That's right.
Be discerning in that. And the best person to talk to it about it with is the person you're actually in a relationship with.
That's a fact because they're the only ones that understand what they're upset about, in the conclusion of the matter. You can't be arguing with a person and then all of a sudden you leave, storm out the house, get on the phone and call your friend and tell your friend about what just happened at your house.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
your friend can come from the back door and start fooling around with the individual because now your friend knows what to say and what not to say to you.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you can't trust all these friends you got, especially when they single too. They love the relationship that you in, and they waiting for it to crash and burn. And
Yeah.
every time you call them and tell them that it's bad, he's like, "Yes, I got a chance. I got an opportunity."
Yeah, they want you single just like them.
Yep, exactly. So they can come down here. So you can be because right now your relationship makes you look like you're up here. In their mind, they feel that we look at them like they're down here. We don't. So they're
Yeah.
trying to bring you down here for you. Oh yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. You down here with us. So y'all can go back and clubbing every weekend and all that stuff
Yep.
again. We're no bunch of nothing. We just chilling at the bar, just drinking and wearing little or nothing. And then when people come to present themselves to us to try to talk to us, we just push them to the side. I'm like, bro, how can you be mad at me for approaching to you when you dang near got the clothes to be approached? That's what you wearing.
That's crazy because you shouldn't even be nowhere. Like, it should be very clear that you're married anywhere that you're at. Like, you
It's not
should
that.
dress.
Just hide that, bro. And dudes do it too.
You're
I mean, dudes do it too. Every time a dude get in an argument, or you know what I'm saying, like if I'm arguing with my girl, I call Rail, and Rail is like, man, let's just go to a strip club. Forget what that girl talking about. You know what we doing over here. Come on.
yeah.
And that's the and Rail that's the advice that Rail be giving out. He'd be like, let's go to the strip club, and I'll be like,
You
all
feel
right, let's
me?
go.
Yeah. You're not
That's
just
the only way to do it, bro.
That's the only way to
Every
do it.
you're not just representing. I
It's the
cannot.
only way to do
every
it.
time.
It's the only way to do it, man.
But you're not just
Every
representing
time.
yourself when you go out. Like, not, you're representing your spouse too when you
That
go out.
and that's the
Not-
and I like that. Eb. I like that.
You're not
I
just
like
representing
that.
yourself. You
At
represent
all
yourself
times.
too.
At all times. So I don't need you going to the grocery store with some freaking pajama pants and a bonnet. Just because you only there for 5 seconds, they see you and be like, "Hey, yo, ain't that Beezy's wife? Hey, ain't Beezy the one with the J's and all that? And he driving a Tesla, and his wife coming out here looking like that? Why he let his wife look like that?" I'm like, I didn't let her look like that. Nobody told her to walk out the house like that. I didn't even know she walked out the house like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a big no.
That Joe look crazy. They're
Why?
like, bro, I'm like coming out. I'm
You,
like, bro, why you looking
you hear
like
all
that? Oh, I only went to the gas station. I'm like, bro, man, I ain't never going to the gas station without looking a certain type of way. Period. Every time I'm at the gas station, every time they're like, yo, this dude's shoes is crazy. Or man, you see that hat he got on? Or man, this hoodie is fire. They're gonna always say something. They ain't never gonna be like, oh no, you seen Beasley out there? He was struggling. He had a whole bonnet on and had these little sleeping jammer pants.
Now
You
he has
ain't never, ever in your life gonna see me like that.
But why does that happen for the most part? Like when it comes to dealing with or particular uh, when it comes to being a part in a relationship like that, why does it happen for a woman to go out that route, let alone for men going out that route as well?
Lazy,
ability.
comfortability, and laziness.
Yeah. People be
Big,
comfortable. That's what I was saying. Like when people get
immaturity.
they don't like to keep up with themselves no more after they get married. They think that it don't matter. Well, it's like, well, I'm married.
already got him.
And like I don't need to be looking good for nobody. Like that's the one thing I always hear people say, like women that's married, like I got a husband. I don't need to, I don't got no reason to really look good when I go out in public, and thinking that's gonna keep men away from them. Like I get that, but you're a representation of your husband. Like the
That's it.
scripture says, like the wife, she brings honor and glory to her husband. Like he's known in the gates because of his wife.
Yep.
Like